Come into Subway for the new $2.50 breakfast combo. Your choice of a delicious muffin melt, like the steak and egg muffin melt or the double bacon and egg muffin melt, and a delicious cup of freshly brewed Seattle's best coffee. Just $2.50. Subway. Eat fresh. The BS Report is a free-flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subjects.
First of all,
this is the BS Report with Bill Simmons.
It might be cool, I don't know. And if it's not, I don't care.
The BS Report with Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons works for ESPN. He's also named the sports guy, and he writes a comical sports column. He must be a popular dude.
The BS Report.
It's got a real dirty sound, like a rusty steak knife cutting through a well-aged steak.
Now.
Here's Bill Simmons.
Welcome to the BS Report. Sunny day in Southern California. Joe Mead just told me to bring the energy today.
Bring the energy, Bill.
The czar is in the house. He's in studio. He's at the mansion. And you're not on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline, but the czar of reality TV, Dave Jacoby, an emergency podcast.
I flew out just for this.
He did. Even though you didn't, let's pretend you did. We flew you out after the Jersey Shore premiere.
Just for this. I had to be here in person.
Well, let's do Jersey Shore first, but I do want to talk about Idol, and I want to talk about Rajon Rondo peeing on that guy's toothbrush.
We have to talk
world.
about Rajon.
Let's bang out Jersey Shore first for the people who. I gotta find my notes.
I watched the 2 a.m. airing last night. Because I wanted to watch it sort of the way that they experience it, like kind of drunk and dumb.
Oh.
You know?
I like the way you think.
Yeah, it was nice. I was kind of like, should I watch this at 10? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have a couple beers and then watch the 2 a.m. one.
I can't find my notes.
Do you pay this little attention to me when I'm on the phone?
No. I can't find my notes. I took notes. Oh, here it is. No, I wanted to make sure I hit everything. I'm listening to you.
Good.
I'll do one better for you. I watched it live. Went upstairs with my wife to go to bed because our son wakes up at 5:30 every day. So we went at like 10:30. We banged out Breaking Bad. We're in 4 episodes in now. I'm very proud.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. And then she fell asleep. MTV was just rerunning. I watched it a second time.
You watched it twice?
Yeah.
Wow, that's commitment.
Now, here's the thing. Because we see this happen sometimes where something becomes super popular and everybody, and they got to tear it down.
Yeah.
This show is a masterpiece. The show cannot be torn down. It doesn't get, in my opinion, it couldn't get enough hullabaloo, I guess is my point.
Really?
It's fantastic. It's just a great show. I love all the characters. I'm riveted the entire time. It could come on an hour later and I'll watch it a second time. It's fantastic.
One thing that I found interesting last night is I missed them.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching them, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Like, hey, JWoww. Like, oh, what's going on? I remember you. It was like, I missed it. It was like, because you know that I'm a big proponent of they should have switched up and done a whole new cast.
Well, they did the right thing though.
But when they have these guys back, there's a part of me that's like, oh, look at Vinny. He's such a good family guy.
I was so excited to spend time with Pauly D again that it dawned. I had the same reaction you did. I was like, wow, I really legitimately miss Pauly D.
I miss JWoww. For some reason, I love JWoww so much.
I love everybody. You know what it reminded me of is during the heyday of 90210 when they'd go away for summer vacation. And then they'd come back with the episode where they're always renting a summer house, and Brando and Dylan would do the big handshake, and I was like, I miss these guys. It's good to see the boys back together. Black guys are back.
But I felt that it started really slow, though.
Well,
it started really slow.
24 minutes to get 3 people in the house.
Yeah, it's like going on a road trip sucks when you're doing it. Watching other people do it on television isn't exactly riveting TV right off the bat from the premiere.
It made me wonder if they were only in this apartment house, whatever it is, for like a week.
3 weeks, yeah.
Or maybe even less. Like that they had to string it out for that long. We haven't even gotten out of the first night yet, and that's a whole episode.
Yeah. And
so how many episodes do we have?
I bet they'll go 10, 8, 10. They have to.
I loved it. I just thought, even though they strung it out, I was still compelled. Watching Snooki move her seat up in the car. Yeah. She's basically Hervé Villachez with a better tan. It's like, how is she driving a Ford Explorer? It's impossible.
I really, really liked the fact that the situation has become such a brand. You know? I mean, like, you can tell that he thinks highly of himself, more so than the rest of the cast.
Comfortable with his celebrity.
And I think that's an interesting sort of like subtle undertone of the whole thing, that the situation and Snooki sort of feel like they've reached a level of fame that the others haven't. And I feel like they feel like they're like an A-class cast member, and everybody else is kind of like a B member.
You're right. He did have a confidence that he did not have in season 1, because in season 1 he was the guy, he talked this big, lot of braggadocio.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
No.
Braggadocio?
No.
Joe Mead.
Braggadocio?
What's that word?
Braggadocious?
Braggadocious?
I'll go with bravado.
What's sad is that I have a master's in journalism. A lot of bravado, a lot of false
What's
bravado.
also sad is that surprises me.
Yeah, thank you. And you're saddened that I have a master's in journalism.
I knew you went to college, but
yeah, he always like was talking a big game, and I get the girls, I could have this, and it was part of his charm. Now he seems like a guy who's like, I just spent the last 6, 7, 8 months
trying to
having
contract
sex with
every
hot
single
chicks.
STD on the planet.
Getting chicks consistently that are much better than I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah.
And now I know. Now I can come in out of the bullpen and throw 98 right away.
It's an interesting thing because they're like legitimately famous.
Yeah.
You know, I think when cameras were following them around last season, like whoever the regular people at the Jersey Shore were, like they saw a camera, they're like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Maybe they're shooting something for the nightly news.
And
like,
who are
knows?
you guys?
Yeah, like who knows?
I'm going to start a fight with these idiots who have the camera on them.
Yeah, you know, and then now they walk in the room and it's like, oh, hey, it's the situation in JWoww. They're like famous.
The situation is so famous that he has a nickname for his nickname. That's the final level of fame.
Yeah, it's like Pajama Rich.
Pauly D was calling him Sitch.
Sitcho, yeah.
Or Sitcho.
Sitch.
There was a lot of Sitch, but he's like, yeah, I'm going to pick up Sitch. It's like, wow, he's not even in the situation anymore. He's Sitch.
I think that more people would recognize Sitch walking into a club than Dwayne Wade in Miami.
Or
I'm being dead serious.
Or I'll throw this at you. More people would be excited to see the situation than Dwayne Wade.
For sure. I think more people come over and talk to him and like want to get in his world than Dwayne Wade.
Well, were you at Sports Nation when Sitch made his stop by?
No, but I heard a lot about it.
Okay. Now, we know some of the people involved there. Wilds, Jamie Horowitz, the suit. Their level of excitement for situation surpassed anybody they don't get excited. Think how many people go to Bristol. Have you ever talked to Wilds and had him be like, guess who was in today?
Yeah,
no, never.
And also glowing reviews.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about how nice he is and how humble and down to earth and cool he is and how he's really not like he is on the show, and like they really made him seem like a legit like nice guy. And I've heard that from more than one source.
Right.
It's like confirmed that the situation's like an awesome dude you want to have a beer with.
Well, if you look at like the Osbournes, which I think was the last reality phenomenon, and the wheels came off for that show pretty quickly, the only guy who was really likable on that first season that we were all attached to was Jack. Because Jack was like the screw-up kid. I mean, Ozzy was sad, pathetic, whatever. Nobody really liked Sharon Osbourne that much, or Kelly. But Jack was the guy, like the wild card. He did crazy things. Yeah. And once the fame hit him, he wasn't the same, and that show wasn't the same. And then they bastardized it.
Yeah, he got a stomach staple, and he's all
skinny. It was like all right.
Like Hollywood.
Yeah, that was a one-season show. This show, I think, I don't know how many years they're going to get out of it, but it's going to be a few.
Well, they're shooting season 3 right now.
And I will watch season 3.
With the new broad. Have you seen her?
The new broad. I like with Don Draper.
They're watching a lot of Mad Men. Have you seen her?
She's the friend of JWoww?
She's a friend of Snooki's, I believe.
Snooki, okay.
Yeah, she's
blonde.
She's gonna do something.
Yeah.
She's gonna do something.
Well, they made 2 nice moves for season 2, which can't be underestimated, and I appreciated both. Bringing back Angelina, which I wasn't totally for, because look, you can't be rewarded for leaving, and this goes back to our old Real World Road Rules challenge. If you leave the show, or if you leave the Real World season, you can't come back for the reunion. Yeah. That's one of it. If we were the czar of our reality TV, I'd have to be the assistant because you're the czar. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to step on your toes.
Yeah.
But you agree with this. I'm just restating it.
Yes, I do.
You leave the season.
You're gone for good.
We don't want to see you on the reunion show. We want the other people to trash you on the reunion show, and you don't get to defend yourself because you're a quitter.
Yeah, and maybe you might walk out at the end and get stuff thrown at you.
Angelina left. She was a quitter. She had no idea that the show was going to be a phenomenon. And now kind of groveled her way back in.
Well, here's the thing. If you're producing the show.
Well, that's where I'm going.
If you're producing the show.
It's brilliant.
And all you hear is them talk trash about Angelina and how Angelina's talking trash about them. And you see this, like, boiling conflict, like, that's happening behind the scenes.
You bring her
If you're
ass
the producer
back.
of the show, you pay her more. Y'all double your salary. You got to come back.
Please come back.
You got to come back because JWoww's got to kick somebody's butt.
So we're giving her an exemption here because normally this goes against everything I believe in.
Yeah.
In this specific case, she was the key dramatic turning point of that, because otherwise it's just, hey, we're all back, hey, it's
and they're
great
all
to see
friends.
You. Yeah, oh, Sammy and Ronnie, they're not really. That's your only dramatic conflict. Not very exciting.
No.
The ex-boyfriend girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
I've been there 1,000 times in reality TV.
Yeah.
But having the girl who left talk trash with the other 3 girls, came back.
Yeah, and she hooked up with Pauly D, like in L.A. one night. She's been apparently talking trash about Snooki, so there's like built-in conflict already. If you're a producer, you have to have her.
Yes.
You have to.
That was the one great thing, and then I think the other stroke of genius was getting them out of the Jersey Shore, because that would have been a lost season.
Well, they're doing
season 2 in the Jersey
now.
In Jersey Shore?
Season 3, yeah, in Jersey Shore.
I don't think season 2 could have been there. Maybe they can go back, but I don't know if it's going to work.
If you think
They're
about
too famous.
This was so popular, got such good ratings. Again, you're the producers. You sit back, like, all right, let's film 2 seasons in 1 year.
Yeah.
So for a winter season, you can't have them shoveling snow in the driveway in Poughkeepsie.
Right.
That's not good TV. So you have to bring them somewhere warm. And I think Miami was a natural extension. They had to bring their talents to South Beach.
Yes.
You know?
I'm going to read you.
What do you think about I'm
going to read you a quote.
My promo campaign idea?
Say that now.
They have so you put
it's too late now.
You put Snooki in the tablecloth shirt that you wore on Sports Nation. You hire Jim Gray. How much can he cost? Like $20,000 or something. Fly him out. And you have Snooki say, "I'm going to bring my talents to South Beach."
Snooki, and then she goes, "This is tough." And then she turns to the camera.
Very difficult decision.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
I'm going to bring my talents to South Beach.
Well, you're talking about the winter weather. This is Pauly D's quote. You can't tan in this weather. You can't creep in this weather. Girls, stay in the house.
You can't creep.
Can't creep in the cold weather.
Can't creep in the cold
weather. That's why I had to get into Miami.
They had to go. But the thing is Miami's not even like nice in the winter, though.
No, but they did a nice job of making it seem like it was super warm.
It's like it rains every day, and it's like 45 degrees out. Like there's not going to be a lot of like beach tanning.
Right.
You know, like it's like I think like because I've made the mistake of like going there in February a couple times.
Right. And
it was like, oh, this is like Seattle. You know, it's a wash.
It's like the misnomer of people who move to San Francisco and think they're moving to Southern California. It's like, no, that's Northern California.
Yeah. I went to a
60 degrees every day.
I went to a Giants game in the middle of August, and I had a sweatshirt on. I wish I brought a winter jacket.
Yeah, it's actually like bizarro Southern California.
Yeah,
when it's cold when it's warm here, and like vice versa. I haven't figured it out. People there are always like, oh, the best month to come is February.
Yeah.
All right. Or whatever.
One of the things is they didn't get to the club until 40 minutes into the show.
Right.
You know?
And we could have conceivably got 90 minutes here, right? For episode 1?
I think like you said,
I needed more club.
Film. That's what I want to see. I don't care what these people do during the day.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care. I want to see them out at night drunk. Like I don't know how clear we could make this. Like if you think about last season, like them sitting around the house and cooking sausages is not what pops up in your mind.
Although, is this part of the genius of the show? Because by the time Ronnie, so he tells Sammy to screw off. He uses a very bad word that you're not supposed to use.
It was not nice.
Ronnie lost some points, I think, on that. Goes back in the club, and then it's like, ooh, Ronnie's going, we're going to commercial. Comes back. We only have like 4 minutes with Ronnie in the club, and then all of a sudden the show's over. I could have been there for 40.
Ronnie spazzed out.
It was awesome.
He spazzed out. He lost his mind. He went full on like Lindsay Lohan.
It was awesome.
Like he just went nuts. I swear to God, and I swear I saw this. Granted, it was like 4 a.m, and I was watching it. He slid down a stripper pole at one point.
Yes.
He did, right? You saw it twice. There's like a 20-frame shot of Ronnie sliding down a stripper pole.
And made out with two girls at the same time.
Yeah,
which
and he
pretty cool.
was on stage with the go-go dancers.
Yeah.
Like I've you know, in my younger days, I've certainly had one too many adult beverages.
Yeah.
That may or may not have happened. But you'll never, ever, ever see me on a stripper pole or dancing with the go-go dancers.
Well, they did a nice, we were prepared for it for season 1. But somebody said at some point, Ronnie's throwing him down, and somebody says, when Ronnie starts dancing, look out.
Look out.
And I got so excited, Ronnie's dancing. It's almost like the Clippers are now on the clock. The Clippers are on the clock.
They always talk about how hot the girls are that they get, but I've yet to see one of them hook up with a hot girl. I've never, ever seen it on this show. I mean, it's been like 13 episodes. They've been out 40 nights.
This year it'll happen.
It has to happen, right?
Also, Ronnie is so awesomely short.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just like, you see him next to Snooki, who, again, is sort of a Vilches, and he's got like 2 inches on her.
Snooki reminds me of Chelsea Handler's dude. What's his name?
Oh, that little, yeah.
Oh, how do I not know his name?
Yeah, a little Weebach.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, Ronnie was, I thought, MVP of the first episode.
Oh, I mean, there's no question. This could be the Ronnie season. He's perfectly cycled. He's timed his cycles perfectly.
He learned his mistakes from last year.
Yes, he's timed his cycles perfectly. They all come in like, you could tell they lost 10 pounds in the last 90 days, and they're about to gain back 20 in the next 4.
Sitch looked nice and lean.
yeah.
The abs are going.
I can't believe you're calling him
awesome.
Sitch.
I called him Sitch now. It's time to call him Sitch.
The nickname of the nickname. It's like Cockney rhyming slang.
Triple H. Then Triple H became, Hunter was telling me became Triple H, then became the game.
Yeah.
That was the standard for me. 3 completely different nicknames. None of them are his real name.
Fair.
Hunter, yeah, anyway.
What I forgot, and I can't believe I forgot this, is that Paulie D has a yard-long tattoo on the side of his body that says Cadillac. I don't know how I forgot that, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, the Cadillac tattoo. Yeah. Of course.
He's my favorite.
Paulie D?
I never don't enjoy Paulie D. It's always a good scene when he's involved and he's got that smile on his face.
It's so easy to make fun of these people, but honestly, tell me you wouldn't enjoy 15 minutes having a couple beers with Paulie D.
I would absolutely hang out with Paulie D.
I was thinking the same thing.
He wouldn't hang out with me because I'm 15 years older than him, but I would hang out with him. And don't tell me, how old is he? No, he's mid-20s.
24. You're what, like 65?
40. How dare you?
Oh, okay, sorry.
How dare you? I'd also hang out with Sitch.
Sitch? Yeah, I mean...
And I'd hang out with JWoww. I'm going to say
can you win? JWoww would beat me in a fight.
JWoww reminds me of those NHL enforcers in the 70s that you just looked at him for a second and the gloves just came off. She goes from 0 to 60 in a split second. In the cab, she's ready to throw down. Angelina didn't even say anything.
She wants to go outside.
Yeah.
She's like, JWoww isn't. She's not. She really wants to fight.
Yeah.
Like, she's not, posing and posturing getting
it's
fake
like Bob Probert, God rest his soul. But, out of that mold of just skating around, waiting for somebody to check them.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a JWoww Ronnie thing going on, and it's been going on forever.
You mean under the table?
Just the way that they're best friends or whatever, and I think that...
We saw in this season on.
Yeah.
They fight.
Who fights? Oh, the
JWoww and Sammy Sweetheart.
Yeah, of course they do. But I think
so. Your theory is
my theory is that JWoww has a thing for Ronnie.
Yeah.
And another theory is that Ronnie's completely lost his mind, and he's just he doesn't know what to do. He's famous now, and his ex-girlfriend's in the house. He's just he's just too much. You could see there was this one time he was looking up at the go-go dancer. They did it going to break. He makes this face. It was I've never seen that face before. I don't even know what it meant. I mean, it wasn't drunk. It was just he was just overwhelmed and hammered, and there's go-go dancers there. It was God, I fear for that man.
Well, I don't think the chemicals running through his system are helping him.
You
can't really go out and get drunk and then do all the other stuff. And be 5'2".
I worry about him. You know.
Would Ronnie dying would that be the biggest moment in reality history? If somebody died on this show. What's the?
I don't think they won't air it.
Let me flip it around, Czar.
Okay.
What's the biggest moment in reality history?
The biggest moment in reality television history.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean, you'd have to go Survivor, obviously biggest audience.
Yeah, but
or even Joe Millionaire, which had a similarly big audience.
I really think Pedro from Real World,
MTV, Pedro dying,
or the Real World premiere. Because I don't know if you remember that, and the only old nerds like me know that was in the heyday of Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
So it was the backlash, their whole promo campaign about
it was
it was this is real, and it was kind of an anti-90210 thing.
It didn't hit though until the second season.
I know,
the LA season.
But it
New York season was the underground
season. It ushered
in
reality TV. But
everyone claims they watched the New York season though, and not everybody did.
Yeah, they did.
Nah, they really didn't though. How old were you? 2?
What? How long?
You were 8.
17 years?
It was 92.
I had a huge crush on Julie, the dancer.
We were a little kid, though.
Yeah.
That's how you became the czar. That's why you're the czar. In your formative years, the railroad started. It wasn't until the LA one when the comedian got kicked out of the house for messing with Tammy's bed. That was what propelled that show. Nothing in the New York season.
Who'd she marry?
Tammy married Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson, that's right.
And she had an abortion that season because the guy didn't make enough money, and she wanted to save herself she was hoping for somebody who was rich One of the roommates called her out. Oh, you're just a gold digger, all that stuff. And then at the reunion show, they showed the clip of her and her new husband, Kenny Anderson. It was awesome. Back to Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
A couple things I want to point out. They stopped in South Carolina to buy fireworks.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was
everything I wanted.
Did you see the Chris Kamen thing?
Sitch and, yeah.
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 Chris Kamen thing was a little better. Chris Kamen, if you didn't see it, it's on the internet. He bought $10,000 worth of fireworks and exploded them all in his backyard.
Chris Kamen, I mean, people don't believe this, but I know for a fact that he would take his boat in L.A. to, what do they call them, international waters?
Sure.
And then they shoot fish in the water, him and his buddies with rifles.
Chris Kamen, from that
Chris Kamen's
video,
awesome.
He seemed like such a good hang.
Yeah, I love Chris Kamen.
It was one of those things I was like, I could be in that car. Like, these guys are just kind of like busting each other's chops.
They're all Minnesota dudes,
Yeah, those guys are great. I want to hang with Chris
So you were
Kamen.
down on South Carolina fireworks.
It just didn't, I don't know. You know what I mean?
What I liked about it?
I wanted them to come out of the gate. If I was cutting this show, they would start in the nightclub. Like, I want to see them out. I really don't care what they do during the day. You know what I mean? I want to see Ronnie make that face and be crazy and start dancing.
There's one part you're not appreciating here, is that they approach the South Carolina thing as in everybody knows you buy fireworks in South Carolina. I didn't know that.
Oh, if you know, you've never driven down 95.
Yeah, but I didn't know you could buy. I did. I drove down for the Super Bowl. We did.
Oh, yeah, you
At
did.
no point was I going through South Carolina and turned to Joe House and said, guess what? We can buy fireworks right now.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because there's billboards every 30 feet.
Okay.
That say fireworks.
So Angelina's rooming with the boys, and she told them, I'm single now. If I hook up with one of yous. I thought that was awesome. My favorite of the first 25 minutes. The yous. When was the last time you heard the yous?
Yous gets used a lot.
On Jersey Shore?
In Jersey, yes. Use
I hadn't heard it used that nicely.
Use happens.
And correctly. This is a sports gal comment. I'm interested in your takes on.
Okay. I thought she was asleep.
No, she watched she fell asleep after
one of
Breaking
the 4
Bad.
airings.
Yeah, one of the 4 airings I watched. She said they spent a lot of money making over JWoww and Snooki. Was her take.
Well, the thing is like they are famous now.
Yeah.
Snooki has a glam squad. Snooki's got a black cowboy hat with rhinestones in it that say Snooki on it.
Yeah.
Like and JWoww has like a fashion line. Like they're no longer these like, people from Poughkeepsie and in Long Island. They're like they've been sat down in makeup chairs. They've had their hair done professionally. They really have been made over.
JWoww admitted they might have even done more. They might have dipped her in a whole thing of formaldehyde to kill whatever fungus was on her for the last 7 years. Because she actually looks, I'm not saying she looks hot, but you could now talk yourself into hooking up with her now. Whereas last year you looked at her and she had that kind of, I was in an amateur porn a few times. Draper.
JWoww will definitely draper you.
She will put the draper. Very, very sneaky Mad Men reference. I loved it. I feel like a pilgrim in the freaking 20s was awesome.
Yeah. In the 20s.
Like the 1920s. Yeah, the 1920s we had pilgrims.
The first Thanksgiving in 1924.
Here's another. Now, we talked about how when Ronnie starts dancing Look Out, it's an exciting... It's a moment where you move to the edge of your seat.
I mean, we're going to use that forever. The next ESPYs, it's like when Wild starts dancing, look out.
So they're all getting ready to go out the first day, and JWoww says, should I just do a dress?
Yeah.
The sports gal, immediately. Because JWoww, we've seen some of her dresses. When she's announcing I might wear a dress, that's an exciting moment. Yeah, or it's like a napkin.
Yeah, or it's like a negligee that's been made of lycra.
Yeah.
And when she says just do a dress, I think she means no underwear.
Oh.
She's like, should I just do the dress?
Interesting. Then in the cab, Jimmy, you're going to have to bleep this, when the argument quickly escalated, and she said to...
quickly what?
Escalated.
Okay.
Escalated.
Escamated.
She said to Angelina, you want to take that outside?
She wants to go outside.
What woman has ever said that ever?
Like, we've all been to bars and we've seen that sort of like dudes talking and like getting fake held back, but in fights and stuff. And like, it's really just all a big show.
Right.
You know, but
The testosterone show.
JWoww wants to go outside and punch people in the face.
Throw down. Which is why I'm looking forward to the Sammy JWoww fight as much as I've looked forward to any fight ever.
Pacquiao Mayweather.
Tyson Douglas too.
Yeah. I think I read something where she pulls out a bunch of Sammy's extensions. I'm excited about that.
But supposedly Sammy lands the key blow, which they show a little bit in this season on.
I'm excited because I like reality shows where you can fight and not get kicked off.
Yeah.
I don't like these reality shows when they're like, oh, we have strict rules. If you throw a punch, then you're gone. It's like, no. We want the punches. We want the fights. How about this? If you throw a punch, you get invited back next season. Guaranteed. Like, reward this behavior.
Well, there should be an instigator rule, like with hockey.
Yeah.
If you instigated the fight and you fought with somebody who didn't want to fight, you can make the case you're out.
Yeah.
But if it's two people who are like, they both throw down the gloves and they circle each other.
Yeah, then it's fair.
Yeah,
hey.
it's time to go. Couple other things. Pauly D, I think, used the word obliviated.
Okay.
Now, maybe I shouldn't talk.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think I had 4 malapropisms already. Obliviated, I thought, was strong.
That's, again, just bring it in.
It's a new word that I'm going to use.
Bring it into the lexicon.
Obliviated.
The grenades, obliviated.
I took my talents to South Beach last night, and I got obliviated.
Exactly.
We need the Czar's take on grenades versus landmines.
It doesn't feel organic to me.
I felt the
feel
same
organic.
way.
The thing is there's a certain self-awareness that they have now. They know they're on television.
Landmine seems like they're at a bar like, we need a new one for season 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Landmines.
And that's exactly what went through my mind. They were like, the grenades really blew up. They're going to come out with something else besides GTL. Like, I guarantee it. It's going to be like some other 3-letter
Never
thing.
something as good, though.
It's the self-awareness kind of bothers me a bit. Like, you can tell from their behavior that they know they're on television.
But we knew it was going to happen because we saw it with the Osbournes.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened a million times
Survivor
before,
All-Stars.
Kardashians and all that stuff.
I thought it was manageable.
I think the thing is when you shoot the first season, is like no one knows what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even know if it's going to make air.
You don't know who you are until you watch yourself on TV and you know then how to act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that they like, when they're shooting the first season, like, they might be a pilot. It might not get picked up. It might air at 3 a.m. a couple times. Like, now that they know it's so popular, they know that they've got so many eyeballs on it.
Yeah.
They've completely changed their behavior.
Not completely.
Well, I mean, they still are who they are.
They've tweaked it.
Yeah, but they start saying things like landmines.
I'm putting Vaseline on my face, I'm taking my earrings off, I'm putting my hair up, and I'm beating the crap out of her. That was JWoww waiting for Angelina to get home. That was my single favorite moment of the show. It was so measured.
The Vaseline on the face.
Vaseline on your face?
It's
what?
It's like a Stephon Marbury thing.
What does she have, Lou Duva in the corner?
Yeah, just got a cut, man.
Unbelievable.
Of all those things, like, take your earrings out fine. They won't get ripped out. Put your hair up. It's hard to get pulled.
They won't get pulled, yeah.
But Vaseline on my face... It just doesn't make sense.
It's kind of brilliant, though.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to put Vaseline on my face, I'm going to have some yellow Skittles, and then I'm going to do some jumping jacks, and then I'm going to write a poem, and then I'm going to
tape my hands with thumbtacks in it.
Yeah. It's Angelina. It's hard to feel bad for her.
Because she's a quitter. That's why. You don't quit You don't quit on our watch. You don't quit reality shows.
Don't. We have no love.
We invited you on. You got to stay. You stick it out.
For real.
Be a man. Be a woman.
It's hard to feel bad. And her sunglasses are like the size of Rhode Island.
She's not. I actually thought she was more attractive last year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a strange thing. I watch reality shows and I like to be attracted to the ladies on them.
Sammy's good looking.
Jersey Shore is one of the only shows where I love that I'm not attracted to any of the ladies.
Sammy's got nice legs.
Yeah.
Which I made the mistake of telling the sports guy last night.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that didn't go over
What
well.
are you doing?
I don't know.
What are
I don't
you
know
doing?
What I do. I don't know. I get excited.
I
think I'm with my buddies.
We've talked about this so many times,
It's
Bill.
terrible.
What are you doing?
Why are you looking
really?
at
her legs.
So you don't like my legs?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in hell.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Let's talk about this season on.
Yeah.
Rate it for me on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm giving it an 8.5.
7.5.
7.5. 2 fights in it, though.
2 fights. Angelina hooks up with both Vinny and Sitcho, I think. And she's already hooked up with Pauly D.
She's trying to get the whole house.
It's like I think Angelina's really going to be a key player.
Because she's got a lot to prove.
That she does, and
Yeah.
I think that the girls don't accept her, so she ends up spending more time with the guys. That's why she's rooming with the guys. She doesn't want to room with their enemies.
Right.
So I think that she ends up kind of getting passed around a bit because at the end of the night when they get home from, sliding down stripper poles, she's got nobody to talk to.
I'm going to take it a step further, Czar. You're in the house. You just want to fit in. You've been shunned by the girls. That's over. That door's not open.
Yeah.
You need to get closer, quote unquote, to the boys.
Yeah.
There's only one way to really, truly get closer, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. And I think
You
that's
step
her
in.
play. And I think the Ronnie Sammy
It's a
thing.
very smart play because she was working it the first day.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I think the Ronnie Sammy thing is interesting. It's very clear to me that Sammy wants to be with Ronnie.
Yes. And that he dumped her.
And he dumped her.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hook up with her a couple times. She's gonna get all excited and pretend they're back together.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's sliding down a stripper pole. Because once he starts dancing,
all bets are off.
all bets are off.
All bets.
She's just gonna try to keep him away from music for the rest of their
Oh,
relationship.
no, turn it off. I want them to reproduce because the combination of his weird, short, stubby muscle body and her giant deer legs
That would be one hell of a
create
midget wrestler.
almost, it would be like a Species movie.
It'd be like Shark
When they mate the alien and the human. Yeah,
Sharktopus.
You've seen Sharktopus.
Oh, I love it.
I watched the trailer a couple times. I'm not going to lie. It's
Oh, a
definitely
couple.
intentional, but it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. And I love that actor. What's his face? I'm not good at remembering actors.
I can't remember. Joe Mead.
Yes.
Have you seen the Sharktopus trailer?
The Sharktopus trailer. I'm
Yeah,
not
go.
You don't know the Sharktopus trailer, Joe?
Go on YouTube and watch after we're done. Sharktopus,
Is this
which
Jeff
I think is
Samardzija?
spelled just how it sounds. It's a sci-fi movie that's coming out about
great.
they genetically mutated a shark and an octopus,
For the-
which of
the
course
Navy.
becomes a killing machine.
For the
it
Navy.
was for the
And then
Navy
it
and it
goes
fell
rogue.
into the wrong hands.
And it goes rogue.
Yeah, it went rogue, and now it's
course it goes
terrorizing
rogue.
people on the beach.
Yeah.
It was great. Anything else from Jersey Shore before we move on?
Anything else from Jersey Shore? I'm excited. I'm excited for I like the season that they're shooting now. I'm excited to see them go back to Jersey. And I think the new blood and new cast members are going to be very important.
As the tension with the people who don't understand why
Yeah.
they were the chosen ones.
Yeah.
And I'm just this schmuck in this terrible Jersey Shore bar.
I mean, the thing
I'm going to
is,
start a fight with Ronnie.
that's happening.
F that guy. I'll
Ronnie-
show Ronnie who's the tough guy.
One
Ronnie's
shot,
going
kid.
to lay out. Oh, yeah. You want to see one shot, Ronnie?
Don't.
Yeah.
Who's going to? Someone is going to do that.
And then
That's a
Angelina's
bad
going to say,
decision.
I don't want you guys to fight.
That's a bad decision.
With fighting Ronnie?
Yeah, it's a really bad decision.
Well, he's got the low center of gravity.
He's like a running back.
Yeah.
That's why you can't tackle a Danny Tomlinson.
It's like
'cause
taking a
he's
Ray
4'8".
Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want low center of gravity, a lot of muscle. He's going to be able to get you in the ground at some point.
I'm going to be in a nightclub in New York, and Ronnie's going to be in there, and he's probably going to strangle me to death.
Ronnie?
Yeah.
Well, should we tell the story about, did we ever tell the story about when you tried to introduce yourself to Evan?
First of all,
Did we tell
there's
the
a
story?
good reason we didn't tell this story.
Why is that?
Because it's embarrassing. And I told you not to mention it to anybody. And now you're putting it on a podcast.
Joe Mead, do you want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Joe Mead,
Bring it on.
he's asleep.
No, he's excited.
Joe Mead could
Joe
care
Mead
less.
was so excited for this Jersey Shore podcast. He told me.
So we're at the SB, not the SB.
No, it's the NFL draft
NFL
party in
draft
April.
party.
That's how long this story's been buried.
Yeah, and we were enjoying some Jim Beam cocktails.
I would say enjoying is a strong word.
I was enjoying some Jim Beam cocktails.
Well, because they didn't have any mixers with it. It was like Jim Beam and water.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
And water would have been nice. And then we had we're there. There's all kinds of people around, all kinds of football players and all kinds of people from work, and we're having a good
Sam
time.
Bradford, people. of
Yeah,
that
it was
level.
like it was decent people watching, but after about 45 minutes, it was kind of like, all right, I had something to do the next day. It was just like
a big crowded room,
yeah,
which is not my scene at age.
yeah, and it was so we were there, and then we saw Evan of Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Who's
fame.
taller than I thought he was going to be. I was excited.
Yeah, Evan, and then
Talking to two girls.
You convinced me to talk to him.
Hold on a second.
Yes, you did.
You were so excited to talk to him.
Okay, we disagree.
No, come on.
All right, so we both went over to go talk to the guy.
That's like Pauly D saying he convinced Ronnie to creep on a grenade. I mean, come on. You needed no convincing. I was like, should we go talk to him? And you were like, yes, we should absolutely talk to him.
So we go over there. He's talking to two good-looking girls.
We stood from 8 feet away and waited it out for 5 minutes.
We were those guys. Hovering around Evan.
Hovering very clandestinely, though.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew, but we were kind of looking over.
Yeah, we were trying to be cool about it.
Yeah.
And then, this is so embarrassing just to recount. And then, he stops talking to the girls, and he starts to walk
to the bar.
He starts to head to the bar. He's
toward us.
Kind of past us diagonally.
We should probably mention that we were positioned between him and the bar so that he would have to walk by us.
Yeah, Evan's going to the bar. He's Evan.
You're right. We shouldn't have told this story. It's really humiliating. But go ahead.
It gets worse. What are you doing?
It gets worse.
And then he starts to walk by, and he's just beyond arm's reach. So now I'm the guy in the nightclub pawing after a reality television personality.
Let me describe it better than you just did.
Oh, God.
He's walking in a direction that you start your movement with your left hand, and you start reaching forward to hit him on the shoulder to tell him to come over and talk to us. As you're in mid-reach, I actually compared it at the time to Super Bowl 42, the helmet catch. People trying to get Eli Manning and being able to bring him down.
Oh, God, I'm going to cry.
You reach out. Evan doesn't see you reaching out and kind of veers to the right to go toward the bar, and you just get air.
Oh.
You follow through. You actually knocks you off balance.
Try to play it off.
And
There's no way to play it off.
As you're stumbling, you go, oh, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
And then I say what? Don't tell this to anybody. Never recount this story, Bill.
You were like Richard Seymour at Super Bowl 42.
Oh, God. I'm like sweating just thinking about it. It was the most embarrassing thing in the world.
Yeah.
I was pawing after a reality television
You know what would have been
guy.
the most embarrassing is if we had introduced ourselves and he had no idea who we were.
I'm sure
and then it was
that
like
would have been
90
the case.
seconds of... Because Kenny, I think, knows who we are. Kenny wants to come on.
Like, I love Suck Yeah clothing.
Yeah.
do you have a Suck Yeah t-shirt?
Evan, any thoughts of the new season? It just would have been awful. That's only going to work if he knew what about the BS report.
Well, and
the odds were like 5-1.
Evan's reel has ended up on my desk.
Uh-oh.
He wants to be an on-air host, sports.
And why haven't we hired him?
Guy, I don't know.
Maybe we should have. So we need to have Kenny come on too. All right, let's move to. Do you want Real World or American Idol?
Real World.
You want to quickly talk American Idol?
I don't watch that show. What are you talking about?
Randy Jackson, J-Lo, and Steven Tyler as the 3 judges next year.
Really?
J-Lo's in. They don't know about Steven Tyler.
So they're going to go with 2 girls?
No, Randy's a guy. You definitely don't watch the show.
No, it's going to Steven Tyler to girl.
I'm going to throw this out just for the people listening because you don't care. Then we'll move on. I think J-Lo's going to be great.
I think so, too.
Be Ice Queen. I think she's going to be...
I read something about Justin Timberlake.
Have a little bit of the snark, maybe.
I read something
Steven
about
Tyler,
Timberlake.
I think, is a major mistake. I was hoping for Harry Connick.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. That's the problem.
Yeah. And he's old, and he's... I don't see it.
I don't want to look at him every day.
Yeah, it's just... I don't... Simon, first of all, I think they're in trouble anyway because I think Simon is irreplaceable, and I thought he was the key to that show.
I mean, there's no one that'll disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not there for the singing talents of the 19-year-old from Tennessee.
All right, let's move on to Rajon Rondo. Rondo on the Real World, people don't realize
Real World's been great.
Best season in a while.
This is a comeback year for the Real World.
Huge comeback year.
Yeah.
A lot of good elements. They have that guy Knight. They got the one guy that I like, the good guy from Milwaukee. He's a good guy.
It's him and Mackenzie. The thing what Mackenzie's done is what always happens on the Real World.
Yeah.
The first show, I'm like, God, I love this chick. She's the best. She's gorgeous, and she's from Florida, and she blacks out all the time. All good qualities.
Yeah.
And then as you get to know her, and then she starts speaking.
Every time she gets worse.
She's deplorable.
I emailed this to you. Or I texted you.
And Knight's done the opposite. When Knight started out in the first show, I was like, I don't know about this guy. He's kind of fratty. He's kind of just like regular dude.
Oh, no, I knew he was
But as it's moved on, he's getting better and better.
Nah, he said he was from Milwaukee. I was in. I co-signed Knight from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Everybody from Milwaukee is great.
No, it is.
They're the greatest cities on the planet. I texted you last week, and then I realized how creepy it was. I said that I liked Mackenzie. I was like, I like when hot girls black out in the real world.
You did I didn't
Then I was like,
respond.
wow, that sounds like...
I like when hot girls black out. You didn't even say on the real world.
I meant like
you
as
just
a...
wrote, I like when hot girls black out.
I meant as a reality plot.
What are you talking about?
It was terrible. I
Sounds like a sexual
apologize.
predator.
I apologize.
You should be on some watch list because you have to. Let's go across the street and introduce yourself to the neighbors.
I
my
meant it more
name's
as...
Bill Simmons. I'm required by law to introduce myself to you because I like when hot girls black out.
I bet it's a reality show device because every show has an element of danger of, oh no, she passed that point. Oh, creepy guy's talking to her. Oh, the roommate's got to come over. It's like there's a dramatic tension that really shows up.
I don't know what is going on with her body chemistry. I think it was Eric says it one time. He's like, we've had 3 drinks. Mackenzie's had 3 drinks. But Mackenzie, it's like the way that her body takes to alcohol, it's like she's had 50. It's just weird.
It's
Who
not
blacks
weird,
out
though.
that much? And then she says, oh, here's a quote from Mackenzie. Me and all my friends black out. What are they doing?
Here's the thing. Alcohol hits certain people the wrong way.
Yes.
And I think you can make a case maybe people are allergic to it and they don't realize it. And that's why it hits them so violently. But when I was in college, one of my friends, who I'm not going to mention because he has a real job,
Okay.
but our friend Chip, he...
I didn't see that coming.
Thank you. Yeah, I was proud of that one. No, he was just there was the Chip line, and then he went over the line. Oh, we got to rein Chip in, and some people are just like that.
Yeah,
and they just the problem with some people is that the people that get to that point, I've put a lot of thought on this.
Okay, good.
Their bodies don't shut down.
Yeah.
All of us have, like, your computer. If your computer overheats, your computer will shut down.
Yeah.
Or your computer will say, please shut down, turn off, or whatever. Anything that is overheating or is having some sort of issue eventually will reject the circumstances and shut down.
Yes, good point.
But some people
You have
out
put a
there,
lot of thought into this.
some people out there don't have the shutdown thing.
Yeah.
And their body shuts down, but they're still alive.
They
They're still
keep
walking
going.
around, and they're talking, and they're having conversations, and those are the dangerous people.
Yeah.
Those are the people that should not drink.
One thing that will do that to you is too much Red Bulls.
Red Bull is bad.
If you drink too
Vegas
much,
is bad.
Vegas will do it too. If you drink too much and have a bunch of Red Bulls, it's like your body is telling itself, like, hey, man, like, you're drunk. Like, time to get in the cab and go home. But then the Red Bull's telling you, like, nah, hang out and party. Bad things happen.
I was great in college because I shut down like a computer, and they would say, like, I Caspered. Some people Casper.
Yeah.
I'd be in the room, and I'd know,
Casper.
and I'd go. I'm gone. Where'd Simmons go? I thought he went to the bathroom. That was 30 minutes ago. And then I'm in bed, like, on my back.
That's a Wilds move, too.
Yeah.
Wilds
So-
doesn't say goodbye.
Those are the
Bart.
smart
Just
people.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the people that don't lose their wallet in Vegas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You get in trouble when you don't have the shutdown thing.
Yeah, you need it. But what is Mickey?
But back to my point, for reality, for real world, it's a great character. Because, honestly, the camera crew's there. They're not going to let anything happen to her. But they give us the tension, like, something's going to happen.
They do. But they cut together these really nice
They
shots.
do. And they make you nervous.
It like dissolves in between like weird music, and they put like a little effect on the video, and you're like, oh god.
It also shows you how creepy guys are.
Yeah.
Because now I watch these shows more to, like, prepare for what my daughter 15 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of, like, this girl is obviously hammered. She can't speak and can't walk.
By herself.
And these guys
for
are
some
like
reason.
hitting on her and trying to get her more drunk. And you
she's
just
on
see it.
camera. Yeah. Oh yeah, like that one guy.
Yeah.
That brings her to like a dive bar with nobody inside it.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to party. I want to go out and party.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then he brings her to like some outpost weird dive bar, and she's like, there's no one here. He's like, no, it's cool. Just have another drink. It's cool.
Are you? And we love Jemmy.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Jemmy.
I'm going with Jimmy. She said Jimmy like
it goes
a guy.
back and forth.
Spell Jemmy. Well, it's the spell. We could just throw spelling out the window here.
All right. Yeah.
She's.
Was a Dwayne Wade type of spell.
I love her. I like everything about her.
Also has a nice. Sometimes she looks great. Other times not as good. So you're constantly battling about.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought no. Ooh, she does.
Wait, yeah. Keeps on your toes.
She had that weird relationship with the Mississippi State
basketball player.
Yeah, the guy showed up. I couldn't tell though. Was he the domestic violence guy, or was it a boyfriend before him?
I'm going before him.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
There's a little confusion how that was presented,
Yeah.
but one of the kind of most awkward, uncomfortable sequences in the history of the show. I thought.
Yeah.
Her going to visit this guy at OSU, her waiting for him after. His family's there. They obviously have no idea who she is. She feels like she's her boyfriend. She's obviously not.
She's sleeping with some other dude.
Yeah, that part.
I mean, there's that.
There's that. Every night she slept with her roommate.
Yeah, they're doing this thing. It's like, we're just going to hook up, and it's just going to be casual and fun.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, like, have you not seen this? You know how this plays out.
You've never seen a real world?
It's emotionless sex doesn't really happen for women.
Friends with real world roommate benefits.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna hang out and have a good time. It's nothing serious. The next thing you know, he like taps some girl on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me."
She's whipping a beer at him.
She stabs her in the throat. It's like,
why'd you talk to her?
Yeah.
Stop stabbing her.
Yeah. I think she's gonna die.
Yeah, it is. It's weird that these people don't watch previous shows and just write down like, okay, I won't do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I won't do that.
And
apparently they don't watch the show.
No.
Maybe they pick people who don't watch the show.
No, there's no such. No. People watch that show and want to be on it.
It'd be funny if they had like a Dr. Drew type psychologist who the roommates could go to and talk to. Who could steer them out of the bad things to do, and then the show would be terrible.
That'd be worse.
Yeah.
I want the opposite. I want Russell Brand for them to go to talk to. It's like, what are we doing today? Crystal meth or heroin?
Now, what do you think of Rajon Rondo's feud with the straight hairdresser?
Okay, I think a lot about it.
Yeah, I know. I figured you did.
I think a lot about it.
Yeah, he's our starting point guard.
I need.
This should be a bigger deal that he's the gay railroad character.
Yeah. How are you going to be on the All-Star team next year and then be in the real world in your off season?
I don't know.
You should be training. You should be working on your 15-footer, Rajon.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be wearing pink V-necks.
Yep.
The feud is interesting. Here's my biggest thing. This conclusion that I've come to, and I really don't think Ryan is gay.
I don't either.
I think he's straight. I just think he's weird. But there's this one thing in his whole like snuggling up on Rondo.
It was a little weird.
It's a little strange when you're really spooning with a gay man and then you're stroking his earlobes. It's just a little extra.
It's not a good way to prove to people that you're straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His earlobe obsession is strange as well.
There's a lot of strange things about Ryan.
Yeah.
Probably he has the most qualities that if you said who out of the last 25 seasons ever there been will go on to be a serial killer, I think you'd pick him.
Yeah, for sure. He's got this demon barber thing about him too.
Yeah.
One thing that it's been pointed out to me by a lot of ladies, especially my fiance Joey, is Ryan is a terrible hairdresser.
Well, isn't that always the case, though?
Terrible hairdresser.
Yeah.
Like, he's got Mackenzie's hair, and he's, like, just futzing with it and fluffing it around. He looks like me. He looks like what I would do if someone was like, all right, Jacoby, like, we got this problem. We're at this shoot. Like, the hair person's not showing up.
Can you
gotta
just
go in there and pretend you're the hairdresser. He kind of does the same thing that I would do. Wasn't
it being a hairdresser, though? It's all attitude.
Yeah.
You have to, this looks
just smoking
flip stuff around and stomp around.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was funny that like 90% of the hairdressers or barbers have horrible hair.
Yeah. It's like the fat physical trainer.
Yeah.
I hate the fat physical trainer. When you're at the gym and it's like, what are you telling me to do more push-ups for? You're
you look
50
like
pounds
Frank
overweight.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
So I'm with you on that. But what he is super oversensitive. As is Preston, and anytime you have two people that don't like each other or that oversensitive, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah. But he also just he throws the gay slurs around so much. It's like
uncalled for.
It's like, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how to act.
Not
like,
in 2010.
You know what you're doing. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, just learn act right. You know, like don't do that.
Well, also, I'm not saying. I mean, it's always bad to say those words, but when you're on a TV show where they're filming you. Isn't there something in your head that
filter
goes,
back
they're filming this?
Yeah. I'm wearing a lav mic right now.
I'm using a slur that's going to make every gay person who watches the show hate me forever.
Forever.
And it's going to make me look bad, and there's no getting around it because I said it, and they can see the look on my face, and I obviously have a real issue. You would think you wouldn't cross the line.
He did.
But that's why we love reality TV, because these people, even though they see the cameras, they can't help themselves.
They don't realize.
Yeah.
So... This feud that they have, which stems from, I don't know, it gets to the point where they start messing with each other's stuff.
Now, Czar, what violated you more, the peeing on the toothbrush or sticking cigarettes in the bumhole region?
The latter.
I figured as a cigarette smoker,
I don't smoke cigarettes.
Occasionally you do. I've seen you smoke one.
I have.
You've enjoyed them from time to time.
Occasionally.
And as a former dabbler myself,
I've seen you smoke them.
I thought they were equally disgusting.
There's something about
pee on a toothbrush?
Just like how does it go through your mind to take a cigarette and put it in your nether regions?
I don't know.
Like where's the thought process come from where you think that's going to be a good idea?
And the funniest thing is it's not even the worst thing about the cigarette still. Even after you've dipped it in your butt.
Yeah.
I'm still going with the poison. That's it.
The fiberglass.
The carcinogens. I'm still going to go with. Yeah, and the fiberglass in your lungs.
What's going through your mind, man?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a certain code amongst roommates. No matter how much we hate each other, we don't mess with each other's stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's against the Geneva Convention.
Especially toothbrush.
Yeah. Like
good point. I like the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, it's like this is a violation.
Yeah,
you can't pee on someone's toothbrush no matter what.
Have you ever seen a Real World where 25% of the cast has been drummed out of the show, basically?
Yeah, I mean that happens. There's always a couple.
The Mideastern. Where's she from?
She's from Detroit.
Mideastern descent. She's got? What's her name?
I don't know exactly.
Sahar.
Yeah.
And then Eric, the 24-year-old.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. That's embarrassing.
Have they had 3 lines yet?
They tried to play this thing. Eric's basically like in love with her, and she's kind of like, whatever. It just makes me embarrassed when I watch it. I feel terrible for that guy. It's like, come on, guy.
Here's some advice for the fledgling railroad roommates who want to be on this show someday. If 10 days have passed and you think to yourself, well, I wonder how they're going to use me in the show, and you can't think of one thing, you got to go out that night and do something.
Do something.
Yeah. Punch a bouncer.
Yeah, get arrested. Punch a bouncer.
Grab somebody's
drunk. Yeah.
Grab somebody's something.
Yeah, go skinny dipping.
Start a fight in the hot tub for no reason.
Something. Yeah, you have to.
Do the thing where you're like, hey guys, I'm going to take a shower and you're butt naked, which Ryan actually executed.
Yeah.
Do anything nude that's going to get on.
Nudity's always going to play. Fights are always going to play.
Refuse to do the dishes.
Are gonna play.
Hookup's good. Don't do the dishes.
Yeah. There's always that scene.
Yeah.
Every single time.
You do the dishes? Yeah, I'm going to do them.
I'll do them when I want.
I'm going to do them later.
Yeah.
Well, how about now? It's disgusting.
Right now I'm blow drying myself.
I said I'd do them.
When I finish blow drying my toes, I'll be in there and do the dishes.
I like when people get mad about doing the dishes.
There's a part of me. There's this guy, Ryan, the hairdresser. I mean, one of his major tools is the blow dryer.
Yeah.
And he often lies down in his bed and blows dries himself from head to toe.
Yes.
Now, this is easy to make fun of. But there was a part of me that was like, you know what? I want to try that. It looks comfortable, doesn't it? Don't you think that would feel kind of cool?
He's on
to something.
We found out a lot about the Czar today.
Yeah.
A lot of disturbing.
Yeah, Joe Mead, you can edit out that entire 20-minute conversation about Evan, right?
Where does Preston rank among your favorite gay railroad roommates ever? Top 5? Top 10? Middle of the road?
No, I think
who's your favorite ever?
I think he's top 10. Pedro.
Interesting.
Hard to argue against that one.
Yeah, are you overrating him though because of the good stuff that he did? I'm talking about as a roommate.
As a roommate?
As a compelling TV storyline person.
I like Preston.
I think Preston's been pretty good.
I think
don't sleep on Preston.
I think
and don't sleep on the whole Rondo thing too, which is always awesome.
It's so weird. He looks just like Rondo.
How disappointing is it that they don't have a Halloween episode where he could wear the green headband and
the Rondo uniform?
Who are you tonight? I'm Rajon Rondo. No, really, I actually am Rajon Rondo.
Who you dressed as? Yeah. I like Preston a lot. I think he's kind of smart.
Can we say the best one? I do. Well, he's smart almost in a devious way.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one ever was the guy on Key West, Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
He was everything I wanted. He was catty. He was friends with both sides, but he'd start fights, and he was always in on the joke, and was always up to stuff.
I think his name is Lewis from Philadelphia. I'm probably wrong about this.
Karamo.
Yeah.
That was Joe House's favorite.
No Karamo.
Joe House loved Karamo. I mean, not loved him, but he was...
Karando. We're calling this guy Karando.
Karando.
Preston's new name's Karando.
All right, last thoughts. Excuse me.
Well-
Last thoughts from the czar.
I was watching this with my fiance, and my fiance pointed something out. Mackenzie, getting heavy.
Oh.
She has transformed.
Ooh.
Oh, she's doing that thing like where the whole like Real World 15.
The Real World 15, The Bachelorette 15.
Yeah, it's happening.
Well, what happens? It's like anything else. It's it's like you have spring break coming up. Oh, I got spring break. I can't have that. No, I'm not going to drink this week. I got to work out again.
Yeah.
In your body, and you just can't go the other way and start.
You can't.
You know what's terrible, and you see it. And we saw it, I think, the first couple shows. They come home late. Like somebody will come home, and they won't even address it. But you see the girls, they're making macaroni and cheese. There's this big pizza, and they're eating it.
Yeah.
It's like 2:30 in the morning. That's bad. That is bad for you.
You can't go. It's like, here's a question for you, Bill, and I've pondered this myself: is do we want them to have like a job? You know how they usually have like some stupid job.
You're the czar, though. This is your thing.
Here's the thing: is I don't want them to have a job, but I feel like they should have trips like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like they'll go to like the coast one weekend, and the next weekend they'll go to Chicago, and the next weekend they'll go somewhere else. Something needs to happen, because I feel like they're just getting a little stagnant around. Because like, what does their day consist of? They have no TV, no cell phones. Like they really do nothing all day, every day.
And when they do have to do something, it always gets screwed up. Like, yeah, we're going to go to Mardi Gras and record some people. Where's the recorder? I thought you had it.
Wait, I pushed the red button?
Oh,
God.
we didn't tape anything.
How hard is this? How hard is it? Like, your job, seriously, is to go out and record some people talking about Mardi Gras at Mardi Gras.
Well, that's why eventually your job becomes showing up tonight at the so-and-so bar at 8 o'clock. Caramo.
You're on a flyer. Preston and Caramo.
Preston and Ryan reunited. 8:30, $25. That becomes your job.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. As it's your thing about how this is a feeding ground toward the ultimate, the challenge, or the duel, whatever it ends up being, fresh meat. Rank the candidates this year.
Jimmy, number one, no question. Jimmy's great.
And you think she might be a little athletic too? She's tall.
She's personable.
Yeah.
She's a little athletic. She's definitely stripped at some point in her life.
Yeah.
I'm putting that at about 90%.
She obviously needs sex like animals need food.
yeah, exactly. She's number one. I mean, there's a lot of hookup potential there. There's a lot of fight potential. She's crazy.
So you think she's a high number one?
Like she's
first
John Wall.
overall pick.
She's John Wall. It's like a done deal. It's a done deal. She's it. Number two, Knight.
So you think she signs a shoe contract before she even joins the
Yeah, she's already been to Portland twice. Yeah, she's been to Portland twice. Number two, Knight.
Knight's, I think, could be a poor man's Landon.
Not Landon.
Good guy.
He's more of a Johnny Bananas kind of type.
No, but he's not mean like Johnny Bananas.
He's
like the good guy, like Landon. He won't be in alliances. People will end up
He's like kind of sneaky funny, too.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of
I'd have a beer with Knight.
I like Knight. Anyway,
so we got Knight.
Preston?
Ashley, I don't want her to be in it.
What is Ashley missing?
What is she missing?
Give Ashley some advice for if she does do the challenge.
If she does the challenge?
Just as a personality on these shows. Something's missing.
To do something?
Something's missing. She's not compelling.
Here's what she needs to do.
She's the 2010 Red Sox.
Listen. Earmuffs everybody else. Me and Ashley in a room. She gets some weird reason the producers pick her to be on the show. I'm going to say, Ashley, listen. I know this is going to sound strange, but trust me, I'm very experienced at this. I've watched a lot of people. You didn't get a lot of time in New Orleans, and there's a reason for that. You didn't have a storyline.
Yeah, you were too nice.
Here's your thing. I know it's inside you. Have a lesbian relationship on the show.
First timer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have a lesbian relationship on the show.
Break that seal.
Yeah, do that. It's like she's gonna be like, no, but like my boyfriend.
I'm not.
Ashley, I know you more than you know you. It's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there. Ashley, just do it. And then she gets camera time because she's athletic enough.
It's lurking.
Yeah. You know who's looking over her shoulder at Ashley is Laurel.
Oh.
Laurel's like, wait a second, I'm the tall athletic.
And do you even have to have a full relationship, or at least like maybe like one?
No, I think
a couple snuggle sessions where the other roommates are like, "What's going on with Ashley and Veronica?"
Yeah.
Or whoever. Yeah, it's good. I like that advice.
That's my advice for Ashley.
Preston, see a potential or no?
Yeah, Preston's.
Voted off pretty quickly.
I'm taking Ashley off number 3. She just has no storylines. Preston's number 3. He gets voted off in the second week.
Tyler. That's what happened to Tyler too.
Yeah. And then the thing is
you can't be a troublemaker on a show with all troublemakers.
Yeah, and then it's Ryan.
Also gets voted off early,
and no one picks him. He's the last. He's the last person.
And he's
picked.
mad about it. And
and whoever gets stuck with him, it's just a wrap. And then
I think you screwed this up completely. I got to be honest.
Really?
I thought you were the czar.
First of all, don't test me.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm in your house.
I agree that John Wall is Jemmy.
I'll choke you.
I'm just saying. Mackenzie's the clear number 2 to me.
It's just.
Clear number 2. A blackout drunk.
That's a good point. She's cute, too. The hot blackout drunk.
And seems like she's athletic. She's got to be number 2. I think she's like a Derek Favors. I think there's a lot of potential.
Here's what's happened with my relationship with Mackenzie.
Yeah, I think you're so disappointed in her.
I'm so pissed at her for rooster blocking so much.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's honestly it's like, what is it with these young women that hate fun?
Yeah.
It's like, why can't you let somebody let your friend hook up with somebody? Like, why are you running around like a nun? Stop it, Mackenzie. I'm done with her.
We've all been in the situation where we live with somebody, or we're in the hall with somebody, and their friend came up, and then the other girl, who was either our friend or a roommate or the girl in the hall or whatever, threw her body in front of the hookup for reasons that never were totally clear.
Yeah, jealousy,
maybe attention. There might be the part where they liked you and you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But it's always angry.
She's that all the time.
You got to let the friend do their thing. You invited your friend. You're not dating whoever it is. Just let whatever happen.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Great play by Ryan too. This is one of the reasons I'm almost positive he's not gay. Is he tries to get at Mackenzie, gets denied.
Yeah.
Mackenzie has a friend in town. He hooks up with the friend. Great play by him.
And for some reason, this doesn't make Mackenzie jealous.
It does.
But it didn't seem like she was jealous that it was Ryan. It was more that it was her friend hooking up in the house.
Yeah, they came to visit. But it was just a good play by Ryan. It got under her skin.
And then they have to show the photo of the 6 girls and pretend. And then they have to do the thing where Mackenzie's like, it's one of my good friends. I'm so
She's
hurt.
One of my top 30 friends.
It's one of my top 30 friends to show the wide shot of the 30 girls posing.
It's like their class picture.
Yeah. And it's like, look, we all went to college. Girls hate each other. Stop pretending you guys like each other. You all hate each other. You're natural enemies. We used to have, when I was in college, there were these girls. There was like 12 or 13 of them. And in that 12 or 13, no, it was when I was getting my undergrad. 12 or 13, and within that 12 or 13, there were like 37 cliques. And everybody hated everybody. Cliques.
Cliques?
Cliques. It's a tough day for me.
Okay.
A lot of malaprops.
Yeah, I like
37 cliques. And it was really like Survivor within this little group, but then they had the photo and everyone's like, hey, here we are. Oh, here's all of us on Halloween. Hey! It's like, you all hate each other. We've heard you kill each other.
I think sororities are the same way, too.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's like sisters for life.
Girls hate each other.
They do.
Like, you make a friend when you're really any time after 16. The only way, if it's a good friend, you're not going to lose touch with that person unless you move or something weird happens to that person or whatever. Make a friend after college. You're always going to probably be friends with that person. Girls will have new best friends like every 2 years.
For sure.
Like, what happened to that girl you were best friends with 2 years ago?
But what happened?
She moved. And I don't know, she just became a bitch.
She was just all about herself.
Yeah, she got like really selfish. She lost all this weight and started dating this guy. And I talked to her the other day, and we had just gotten a dog, and she never asked me about the dog. That's your reason?
That's why you hate this person? Okay. I get it.
Girls hate each other.
They do.
Yeah. Should we ever have an all-girl railroad?
It's called the Bad Girls Club, and it starts August 3rd, and they brought their towns to South Beach as well.
Okay.
Miami is the place to be for attention-seeking divas.
Yeah. Okay. You co-sign that show?
Bad Girls Club?
Miami.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of my favorite shows. I love Bad Girls Club.
What about, my wife is excited for Real Housewives DC.
Yeah, I'm fired up about it too.
She was showing me the 2-page Us Weekly, and she's like, and I know I'm gonna like that girl, and I know I'm gonna hate that girl, and I'm like, you're 40 with 2 kids.
yeah. I mean, I like the Housewives franchise.
All right, Czar. This is very productive. I'm glad we're here for America.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll do every week for Jersey Shore, but maybe every 2 or 3.
Whenever the time comes.
It'll be like today. It's almost
had to happen. I'll fly out.
Today it's like almost like the bat signal goes up.
Yeah.
It's a picture of you as the czar, and I just floated up toward the sky. We need a czarcast.
I woke up at 4 a.m. When's the next flight? I'll be on at 7 o'clock.
I see my signal. The czar, Dave Jacoby. Thank you as always.
Likewise, brother.
So I get to sign off. Whoa.
Thank you for downloading the BS Report with Bill Simmons.
Too much fun.
Check out more podcasts at the iTunes Music Store or at Podcenter at ESPNradio.com.
Peace out.
This concludes another installment of the BS Report. And with all the talk about sports, Bill Simmons neglected to mention this very important final thought. So many of your Subway favorites are $5 footlong subs, like a $5 footlong BLT. Try it with banana peppers, spicy jalapenos, and ranch dressing, all on freshly baked bread. Or a taste-tacular $5 footlong Black Forest ham. Enjoy it piled high with pickles, olives, crunchy cucumbers, and spicy chipotle Southwest sauce. Subway $5 footlong subs all day, every day. Subway, eat fresh.